Good day, Stardust. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Stephanie and I have a passion for divination and scrying. In today's video, we will be discussing and going over how to make a black mirror. So today it's all about the art of black mirror scrying. The art of black mirror scrying has been used throughout antiquity. Its primary function was used within the occult sciences as a tool for divination. Occultists such as Nostradamus and John Dee used black mirrors as well as black obsidian disc to look into them so they can tell future events. They would oftentimes have visions of the future or commune with the dead, spirits, entities, angels, whatever lied beyond the veil. The black mirror was like a portal to other dimensions. Gazing into a mirror or any type of reflective service is a form of divination called scrying. Scrying was often referred to as discry, which means to succeed in discerning or to make out dimly. The scryer fixed their gaze upon a shiny surface, and images would appear either on the surface of the tool or within the mind. Scrying is an ancient divination tool, and everyone has a unique experience when using a reflective service for divination or communion with spirits. But one thing is for sure, it definitely opens the realms to other dimensions. Probably one of the first places you can see scrying in history is with the Egyptians and with the Greeks. In modern times, depending on who you speak with, everyone has their own unique perception and method in the metaphysical world when creating or using a divination mirror or reflective service. For this video, I'm going to be talking specifically about black mirrors. So if you're considering using a black mirror or constructing one, they say that it's best to use an oval or a circle shaped shape for divination. However, I found that ovals and circles are extremely difficult to find in a frame, especially in modern times. So if you can't find one, don't worry. You can always use a rectangle or some other square-shaped frame. But they say that the oval and the circle is better because there's metaphysical principles. One is that everything is actually a circle in the universe, so it represents the universe. It also represents being able to have visions and to see, like sight, clairvoyance. And our eyes are in the shape of a circle, like the iris of our eye. So there's a metaphysical train of thought that if you gaze into something circular or something round, it represents the eye. It also represents the eye of the universe and the oneness of the universal mind. So there's that concept, but I personally was not able to find an oval or circular frame for divination because I constructed my own black mirror. So we're just looking at some metaphysical principles for it. Another principle is that the frame should be colored silver. Now, people think that because silver is associated with the moon, and the moon is associated with clairvoyancy and divination, and so silver is a psychic, clairvoyant, fortune-telling, kind of visionary type of color, and silver is said to inspire and invoke that type of metaphysical vision and experience. So I was fortunate enough to find a silver frame, but if you choose that you prefer to have a different color, or you want to repaint the frame to the color of your choice, by all means follow what resonates with you. These are, again, just some metaphysical principles when constructing a black mirror for scrying. Now I'm going to list a quick how-to on how to construct your very own black mirror. First, you have to choose your frame. So you can either go to a thrift shop and look for an antique or old frame, or you can go to the store and buy yourself a new frame. Just as long as you choose the color and shape that resonates with you, and make sure that it has a frame and some kind of glass inside so you can start to construct your black mirror. Take out the glass, clean both sides of the glass thoroughly, use warm water or a paper towel, or you can use a cleaning product such as Windex, and you're going to now clean the frame as well as the glass within the frame. You can use black acrylic paint, black spray paint, or gesso, which is a black primer paint, to paint over the glass. You will be painting only one side of the glass. The glass can be plexiglass or real glass, but it cannot be an actual mirror. It must be transparent for the purpose of creating a black mirror. You will now be painting the glass, and you will only be painting one side of the glass frame. So choose which type of paint you would like and start painting that one side of the glass. It usually is best to do 2 to 3 coats, but you can always be safe and do 4 to 5 coats. Let the paint dry before applying a few more coats of the black paint. Usually it takes 20 to 30 minutes for the paint to fully dry. When completed, make sure that you can no longer see anything through the glass. So you can lift it up to a light and see if you can see through it. And if you can, don't worry, just continue applying more coats of paint. Once everything is dry and everything is fully darkened, place the glass back into the frame and ensure that the unpainted side of the glass is facing outwards. So when you're looking at the frame, the unpainted side is going to be on the outside of the frame, and the painted side is going to be inside the frame. Make sure that you keep the mirror clean and free of smudges. Finally, make sure that you only use the mirror for scrying and not for any other purpose, and that you don't let anyone else look into the mirror unless they are also taking part in your scrying ritual. This is a metaphysical principle because this is a sacred divination tool and it must be respected. A good metaphysical practice is to cleanse a black mirror prior and after its creation. You want to ward off any negative entities or past owner energies, especially if you got it at a thrift store. You don't want any residue of other people's energies stuck on it. So you want to cleanse that as much as possible. Also, you need to consecrate the black mirror in a ritual. A scryer is encouraged to treat occult objects with respect and care. So you can use different types of methods for cleansing, whether that be smudging or passing it with a feather or passing it with a selenite stick or other divination cleansing method, as well as the consecration, meaning that you are now putting out the intention that this is a sacred divination object, that you are the scryer and you will be using it to for your own spiritual purposes, and that you're declaring it to yourself and to the universe, and you are now binding it to you. Also, make sure that you give the black mirror a cover, and make sure that cover is designated to that black mirror. It can be any color of your choice. Most people use black, but it really doesn't matter what color, as long as that particular blanket, towel, or serviette is now binded to that black mirror. This is to keep the door closed, as black mirrors are portals to other dimensions. This is not a toy. This is not something to take lightheartedly. When you create a black mirror, you initially create a portal to other dimensions. You are opening a vortex. You are opening a doorway. You are now able to reach beyond the veil to the other side, or to higher realms, but that also includes lower realms if you so choose. So it's very important that you make sure that it's covered, and you can put any type of religious symbols or crystals, a cross, or any type of object that you think could be a really good seal to close the door. It really depends on the practitioner. But one thing that's for certain, make sure that it always has a cover, and you keep it in a dark and dry place, away from other people's potentiality of touching it. Keep it in a box, keep it in a drawer, keep it hidden away for your divination tool. Like I mentioned before, all occult tools deserve respect and care in this life. If you would like to know more about black mirror scrying, I highly recommend this book, The Art of Black Mirror Scrying by 𝘂𝐿𝐼 𝘮𝐿𝐼. It is absolutely a must-have if you are interested in divination tools when it comes to scrying within black mirrors or black obsidian scrying. She pretty much goes through everything. This is great information, how tools, history, facts, and her own personal experience. I absolutely love this book, and I think it's definitely a must-have. If you're more into crystals, you can certainly use a black obsidian disc. They come in circular or oval, but mostly circular shapes. So this is a black obsidian mirror scrying disc. I did purchase this on Amazon, or you can go to your local crystal store, and you get the benefits of black obsidian as a crystal, as well as the reflective surface of the crystal. So it works in the same manner as a black mirror. There's a reflective surface. You make sure that you have dim lighting or by candlelight, and then you go into contemplation and meditation, and then you start to scry by using visualization and or going into whatever practice that's in your intention. But black obsidian versus black mirrors, it's really a matter of preference. At this point in time, I've only used black obsidian, and I've always had really good results with it. And I'm just currently had created my very own black mirror. I just created her, and yes, I did name her, although her magical name is secret. And then I'm going to compare and see how my scrying and my divination, and then maybe I'll do a future video and then compare my two experiences. But it really depends on your discipline and your practice and your will and your intent and your sincerity when it comes to the results of divination and scrying. So I just wanted to show that you do have this option as well.